Diving into the gap, insights from a migrant teacher. In the Magic Valley, there are many migrant or English language learner teachers. In an area that relies on agriculture, that makes sense. Not many, though, can say they have seen the migrant programs from both sides. I was fortunate enough to be able to meet with Letty Tovar, a local English language learner or ELL teacher that can make that claim. I asked her about her childhood connection to migrant programs and was moved by her answer.
When we moved to the United States, we lived in Chicago, and then somehow we ended up in Idaho. And so my family would move to from Chicago to Idaho to work in the beets, and then back again. So we did that for a few years. And so that was my first experience of being in the migrant myself.
With a background like that, her answer to what had drawn her to be an ELL teacher was not surprising.
Well, I when I started school here in the United States, I didn't speak English, and I had to learn the language, and knowing how hard it is to learn a second language. And then once I got older, um, I just felt that I needed to help somebody else the way I had been helped to learn the language, and I just happened to have the opportunity to be around when somebody needed a teacher that as a second language. And so I just jumped on it and decided to go back to school and become a teacher.
With answers like these, of course, I had to ask how long she has been an ELL teacher. She replied with,
Junior high for 10 years. Overall, 27 years.
that
Junior high.
many years spent in education is impressive, especially in this day and age of teachers leaving the profession. In Idaho, 6.7% of our students are English language learners, and 1.8% are from migrant families, according to Blum.org. Just like Mrs. Tovar's early life, being termed migrant is defined as an individual or family who is required to be absent from a permanent place of residence for the purpose of seeking employment by healthinschools.gwu.edu. In the school systems, this presents as students coming in and out of our schools in relation to the agricultural cycles instead of the school cycles. Often, these students begin the school year only to leave before Christmas and then sometimes return in February or March. When asked if she thinks this has an effect on our students' performance on standardized tests, Mrs. Tovar had this to say.
Yes, a lot. Um, the students miss a lot of work, a lot of school. I mean, so they might be in a district where the standards might not be completely aligned with the new district that they or the one that they left from. So they might be learning different content at different time of the year. So when they go to the new school and they're being tested, they might not have been exposed to that content yet, or they missed it while they were in transition of moving around. And so, yes, it does affect a lot. It does affect the scores um, of our students who are frequent movers.
According to Elizabeth Finley of the Idaho State Bar, quote, a 2020 investigation into the academic achievement gap between Latino students and white students based on standardized test scores shows disturbing results. Out of 56 districts, 42 had an achievement gap greater than 15%. Many of these districts are located in southern Idaho rural communities, where the majority of the Latino population is concentrated. I proceeded to ask Mrs. Tovar if she thought students in rural areas had fewer opportunities than those in urban areas.
I think that in cities, you're going to have a bigger opportunity for EL teachers or for any teacher, I'm assuming. There's more out there that are willing to live in cities than they are in rural areas, smaller towns. And so you're going to have a better opportunity of finding teachers in bigger cities than out in smaller towns.
While it is definitely a struggle for both students and teachers alike in rural areas, it's not all bad news. These students bring their own strengths and resilience to any school they join. Some even manage to do the almost impossible.
We actually had a student this year that came from Argentina, first year in the United States, and he's like a little sponge, just learning the language, observing everything. And he was able to exit the EL program in 1 year, something that we don't really ever see. It's rare. This is a rare event. The first year in the United States, exiting the EL program, something that it takes about 7, 8 years for a student to exit the program. We actually
This just shows that no matter what obstacles may be in your way, with dedicated support and hard work, you can close that gap. As Mrs. Tovar said,
kudos to all the teachers who are making sure that even though there's not a para in the classroom, are ensuring that they are teaching in a way that even if it's in a different language, the student is still acquiring the content that is being taught in a language that the student doesn't understand. Kudos.
and I would like to reiterate kudos to Mrs. Tovar and to all the dedicated teachers that help these students, no matter how long they have them.